Will the Chiefs and guard Trey Smith work out a long-term deal to replace his one-year, $23.4 million franchise tag? July 15 is the deadline every year for any player who has been tagged, whether he's signed it or not, to do a multi-year deal. After July 15, cannot do a multi-year deal until the end of the upcoming regular season. Now, Smith has already taken the money, which is smart. It's $23.4 million. It's nearly $3 million more per year than the average for guards. That's one of the realities of the franchise tag for offensive linemen. It's not broken down by position. So anytime you tag someone other than a tackle, you're basically applying the de facto tackle franchise tag. So big money for Trey Smith, smart to sign it when he did. And now it's as simple as this. He's got a bird in the hand. And it's a pretty big bird in the hand. It's $23.4 million this year, guaranteed. Next year, if they tag him again, he gets a 20% raise. That's $28.08 million next year. Or he becomes a free agent. So whatever the Chiefs offer him on a long-term deal between now and next Tuesday, July 15, he has to compare it to the bird in the hand. What's the bird in the hand? The bird in the hand takes two hands to hold. $23.4 million plus a ticket to free agency or another $28 million for an interior offensive lineman. What does it take to give that up? That was one of the big criticisms I had of the deal that T. Higgins did after he'd been tagged the second time. They didn't fully offset the bird in the hand that he had, which was a significant, I can't remember what it was, $28 million or so this year, and no way they're going to tag him next year because it would have been either quarterback money or a 40% bump over this year's tag. It would have been, there's no way the Bengals or anyone would have done it. He would have been a free agent next year. So he gave up that shot at free agency next year for whatever the Bengals gave him. And I thought when I looked at the final deal, maybe he should have just played it out. I think they used against him the fact that he wanted to stay with the Bengals. He grew up rooting for the Bengals, and he wanted to stay with the Bengals, so he did the deal. With Smith and the Chiefs, it all depends on what that last best number is. What will he do? Will he want $51 million fully guaranteed at signing? $52 million, that's the number. No, wait, it's $23.4 plus $28. That's $51.4. The way that it usually works with a franchise tag player, if you're going to do a long-term deal, you guarantee him what he would have made this year and next year under the franchise tag, and then you put 2 or 3 non-guaranteed years on the back end. So it would be $51.48 million, sorry. I'm getting the 4 and the 3 mixed up in my head. $51.48 million fully guaranteed at signing with some back end years that would be non-guaranteed, but there's no reason to think the Chiefs wouldn't keep him. That would be a fair outcome. That would be the thing that makes it not quite a wash. It makes it attractive because it guarantees you the $28 million for next year. Now, there's no guarantee that he's going to get through the season healthy. There's no guarantee he's going to continue to play well. There's no guarantee anybody would want him at $28 million for next year. If you get both tags now fully guaranteed, then that makes sense if that's what the Chiefs are willing to do. There's another wrinkle to this that I didn't think of until I was looking up Trey Smith's career experience. He started all but one game in the regular season, 67 of 68. He was a week 1, 6th-round pick rookie starter at right guard for the Kansas City Chiefs. Also, since he arrived in 2021, he has played every snap of 13 postseason games. That's almost another season of wear and tear, of injury risk, of value to the Chiefs. And I had a thought, and I'd never considered this before, but the Chiefs are such a juggernaut. The worst they've done under Patrick Mahomes is lose in overtime in the AFC Championship. At what point, when you're negotiating contracts for core players, is it fair to say, hey, hang on. Whatever you're going to pay him for the 17 regular season games, we need to factor in a sweetener given the reality that we're expecting multiple postseason games every year. And those postseason game checks, those playoff game checks are peanuts in comparison to what the best players make during the regular season. That's the counter to Patrick Mahomes doesn't make top of the market. You shouldn't expect it either. So I don't know whether or not that's going to be part of the negotiation. I do know that there's an expectation there will be talks between now and next Tuesday, but Smith is sitting on a pretty good situation, and we'll see if the Chiefs offer enough to get him to turn in the $23.4 million he's due to make this year guaranteed, the opportunity to make $28 million next year under the franchise tag, or go to free agency. Will they offer enough to get him to say yes to that? We'll see. Deadline again, 4 p.m. Eastern next Tuesday. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.